Salute. Water son. Emilo Latimo Mohoye. The day Lafi. Divine rises and rotations. Beloved army. Don't lower your expectations of yourself. Because people in this world have shown you that they're not worthy of the expectations that you placed on them. But also, don't place expectations on people before they show you what they're capable of doing. That's injustice. It's unjust to convince yourself that people can present something to you that they've never shown you that they're capable of presenting. To have those type of expectations, that's an extremism. You can only truly expect of yourself and of people the work that they've put into themselves, the work that you've put into yourself, and the practices that you've implemented, and the practices that they've implemented. I'm a firm believer that we have a tendency of jumping so far out there, trying to go to the extremes of one thing or the next thing, and we ain't even mastered the simple things. In order to have extreme expectations, you got to first master the simple things, the simple ideologies, the simple psychologies and sociologies, the simple theories, philosophies, the simple ways of living. You got to be a simple person before you can be an extreme person. You got to be a simple person before you can be successfully a complex person. You get what I'm saying? Complexity comes with development and evolution, comes with growth, expansion. And the only way to expand is to move. Expansion comes with movement, activity, implementation. That's how you expand. That's how you grow. That's how you evolve. That's how you become something more powerful than you had ever been. Each time you become something more powerful than you had ever been. And the same thing applies to other people. And listen, allow people their due process. It doesn't make a difference if it took you 1 day, 1 month, 1 year, 1 decade. It can take them as long as it is necessary for it to take them. Everybody's process is not an individual's process, but an individualized process. Meaning we all evolve at our own pace, at our own rate. But I will say this, the student will only evolve as fast or as advanced as the teacher or the enlightener. And even with saying that, you have to keep in mind that if you consider yourself to be a teacher, you'll never give to your students what an enlightener will give to those that are enlightened or becoming enlightened. If you consider yourself a programmer or a messenger even. See, because a messenger is not necessarily a deliverer. A messenger is just somebody who has received something and shares it. And if you want to change anything in your life or anything in this world, you got to do a lot more than just receive and share. You got to master the overstandings of the science. You get what I'm saying? You have to master the overstandings of the science. Remember that. So, on this Kujichagulia, this day of self-determination, overstand the world by first overstanding yourself. Authenticate the world by first authenticating yourself. Be selfish and then be selfless. Because you have to develop and master yourself before you can develop or assist to master anybody else or assist anybody else in mastering himself or showing anybody the way. You got to be able to see the way. You sharing information with people, but you can't receive new information. Think about that. If you think you're so on point that you can't receive new information, what makes you ever think that anybody else ain't gonna feel the same way? So what's next? You just pointlessly aim and squeeze and shoot shots at individuals based upon the reality that you think that your reality is the absolute reality, as they think that their reality is the absolute reality. I can't stand when people discredit scholars and they haven't even put in the work to be identified as a scholar. And the sadder part is when they put you in their boat and they talk about these so-called scholars that they follow, and they strip you of your scholarly reality. Pieces of paper don't make you a scholar. The work is what makes you a scholar. Remember that. So don't let nobody take away your scholar authority or your scholarly certifications. Because some of us have scholarly certifications that come from a higher place than a college. Stay focused, stay positive, stay around focused and positive people. Never lose who you are once you know who you are. Never sacrifice who you are for nothing and nobody. Don't just wake up, get out of the bed and stay out of the bed and assist others in rising from that slumber. Alafia farana wo monife wela inidi wopea ka sima kayeri onyon kupona ka kayeri en frama muntu enga bantu laila ini waju korisehin fiedenu ya soto eto franco bajibu nakupenda usifiwe nakupenda usifiwe nakupenda usifiwe. Salute, peace and motivation, wholeness and motivation. Have an illuminating day. I love y'all. You're more than me.